Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2013. Okay, what's on tap today for announcements? We have the ADP employment report, which is a private report before the employment situation report here in the U.S., which the employment situation will be the official, at least as of this Friday, unemployment number for June. So this is kind of a precursor here, just to give everybody kind of an idea of what ADP has to say about it. Which, well, they're a company that runs payroll for a lot of big companies, small companies, and medium-sized companies here in the United States. So they kind of got their finger in the pie of what employment is like. Then we have international trade, and then jobless claims is a kind of a early, usually this is on Friday, but this week it's coming, this time it's coming on Wednesday. Not sure that I've ever noticed that before. When we have the employment, the actual numbers for the previous month, do we always get the jobless claims on Wednesday? I don't know. We'll see about that, but that also should have a pretty heavy impact on the market today. All right, and speaking of, let's take a look. We'll look at our market watch here and get an idea of where the direction is this morning right off the bat, and this is delayed. So when we look on the Thinkorswim platform, we'll see slightly different numbers. So in the U.S., looks like right now it's going to be an open on the downside, but in Europe, interestingly enough, where they, I believe, are still trading because they're about 8 hours ahead of us here, they are down 1.5 points overall as an average. And in Asia, which is pretty much closed by now, they also, some of them were down significantly, and some weren't, for probably an average of about 1.5% there. But I don't know if you can actually average those and come up with anything that makes any sense. At least I don't think you can. So let's take a look here at where we are. Okay, we're down about 0.5% across the board here. Both the NASDAQ and the Russell and the SPY, the S&P 500, I mean, and the Dow 30. But here's something that's a little bit disturbing here, and that's light sweet crude. Crude oil is up over $100 this morning. It's up pretty significant, and it's because of Egypt. So there's a little bit of a concern over there, or with them, as it relates to oil. So we get a nice pop today on oil. I'll take a look at our account. Yesterday, let's see, yesterday I got in on Apple, and I may have been a little bit aggressive there with Apple. And late in the afternoon, Goldman Sachs triggered an alert. We'll take a look at that. And I got in with that, and what I did was I opened a calendar on it at 1:40. So we're going to quickly run through and take a look at the Analyze tab on these. The two trades from yesterday. Apple was a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I collected $2.32 when I did this at the money, roughly 420. I had my short at 420 and my long at 415. So that is a bull put on that. And if we were to take a look at the chart, when I opened it was right around here, probably at the peak, which is I was feeling that Apple was making a really strong aggressive move. It's not looking all that hot this morning, but we'll let this one play out a little bit. So I collected the $2.32 on a $5 spread, so that is approximately a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio on that. And I also picked a July expiration because of earnings coming on 7/24, the week after the week after expiration. So that's what I did on that one. And then on Goldman Sachs, here's what it looks like now. I have a bear call on that, and I also have this calendar at the 140 level. So let me shut off the bear call on here, and we'll take a look at the calendar. And this is the calendar all by itself, put calendar. And of course, we're looking for an increase in volatility as price moves down. We're looking at a chart here that looks like it may play itself out in our favor. But, you know, you just never know. Let me slide that over a little bit. You just never know, but that's where we are. It cost me $2.89 to get into that. And I think I did 3 of them. So it's actually 3 times that. So there's I made kind of a $800 bet on that, or more. But still feeling that Goldman is going to be pulling back pretty significantly. So I did like a double rule breaker here. So now we're sitting with this calendar, and if we add in the bear call, this is what our risk graph looks like. And overall, we're pretty good up to 164 for a price. So if we look up here, we're pretty good up to about here. Yeah, all the way up to here. So I'm not too worried about that one. And looking at the market this morning, we're probably going to get a favorable move. We'll probably get a favorable move in our direction on that one. Alright, so Apple's a little shaky. Everything else is doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everything here, and we should get some nice pops on the Russell this morning and on the Spider double calendar too. Alright, so we can jump right over to do the A+ list now. And let's see what we have left on the alert side. We have only CELG. Let's take a look at CELG. Let's just jump right to them immediately. Okay, CELG had a very good day yesterday, which is a bit of a surprise based on what our stochastic is telling us here, but that happens. It came down here to the midpoint and then bounced back up. We have positive momentum here on the midterm MACD, and we also have movement up on the long-term MACD and on the stochastic. So it might be in for kind of a strong move over the coming days. I believe that this alert is no longer valid, so I'm taking that off. So we're no longer interested in CELG for a bear call or an additional bear call. Alright, we'll jump back here and start over. Apple. Alright. Okay, we already kind of talked about this one. Apple's going to open down this morning. It looks like it's already traded 1,000 shares in the 415 to 416 range. We're looking for it to get above 420, and it's probably not going to cooperate today. It happens. No other entry possibilities there. Of course, you could always play both sides of this too. You know, we are in a we are in a downtrend, or we were in a downtrend. Definitely long term, very long term in a downtrend. So we could say, you know what, we're looking for a hook down, and we may get that today. So we could play both sides of this, and maybe do a calendar or something. I've been thinking more and more about calendars in this market. With increase in volatility, calendars are looking kind of attractive. So I'm going to be thinking about that over the next couple of days while the market's closed tomorrow in the U.S. So I have it's almost a 4-day weekend except for Friday, and there'll probably be pretty light trading on Friday, and things will be pretty volatile on Friday. But then I have the weekend, so I may be looking at some calendars and maybe doing a special video about it. Alright, let's go back to Amazon, which we almost got to before. Okay. We had this iron condor on it. That's okay. I'm sorry. I lost a little bit of focus here. I was trying to think of what I was trying to think of. Alright, Amazon had a nice day yesterday. We're still waiting for it. Uptrend, we're waiting for stochastic to come down here and give us an entry. So nothing happening with Amazon. Baidu. We have a target down here. Looks like we might come down and tap it. I'm going to move this over, and we'll see if we get a hook. Probably not today, but who knows. So nothing happening with Amazon. CELG, we just kind of took a look at that one. We are in a downtrend, and looks like we popped above our weekly trend line here, which is interesting, but that's all I really can say about it. Came up here, touched the 50, and is it going to reverse? Well, I kind of hope so. So we'll see what happens. Nothing new there for us. CF playing out well. We're looking up here at a target. Probably not going to get that. I'm going to take that out as a distraction. So I don't know. It's going to be a stretch to get up there in this time frame. So maybe we'll move that over. Somewhere around there. So nothing going on there. Chipotle. Was thinking of a counter trend trade. Glad I didn't do it, because it's definitely proving itself out here. We didn't quite. I'm going to take this off because that was for the counter trend trade. Oops. So I'll just take that out. Okay, this was one here that I think we might have been in. I'm not sure. I'm going to take that out. So now we have, I'm going to also take that out because I beat myself up about that enough now. So we now have a secondary entry here. I don't think we're going to move up here, but I'm going to put an alert on it anyway. You never know. So now I have an alert on Chipotle. Alright. How's old GLD doing? Well, still in a downtrend. We have a nice hook here. Will it continue its downtrend? Well, you never know. So I'm going to just put a little target on here. And let's watch and see what happens. I think you need another day here to convince me that it's going to continue down. We'll see what happens during the day today. Google. Just thinking of a counter trend trade. We had a breakout here above the trend line. Still looks like it's up, but it's really, the picture's pretty foggy right now. This might be a calendar or double calendar candidate. It's just it's a little confusing with the the way the market acted yesterday. This candle compared to Chipotle doesn't look real strong, does it? Okay, let's look at what else we got going here. We have, we're hanging around the zero line here, which is telling us that we've been pretty flat here, and that's been for quite a while. This might be a really good calendar candidate, but we got earnings coming up here, and they like to do earnings the day before expiration. I don't know. That earnings bothers me on that one. Okay, Goldman, we already beat that one to death. I'm just going to skip by it and go right to LinkedIn. We're pretty flat here on momentum, although we're starting to edge up. Not seeing anything, though, for a directional play. And we're hanging around the zero line here on the weekly chart. So nothing there. MasterCard. Nothing there. We got in here, which was a good deal so far. So we're just letting that one play out. Got a lot of time on it. So no new entries there. Netflix. We already missed this one. This might be a calendar candidate too, so and that's a different strategy than the directional strategy that we talk mostly about. But there is nothing happening, no triggers coming up on that one. Priceline, we're looking for a pullback here on the stochastic, not necessarily on price, but on the stochastic. We have a really nice, actually popped out of the trend line here. And we're just waiting for it to come back down here. Looks like it's picking up a little bit of steam on the MACD. So very, very strong looking right now. Priceline. No calendars on that puppy. And Panera looking pretty strong, and they took a little rest here. Picking up speed. I think I was looking at this new downtrend here with this target here. I'm going to take that out. So now we're actually looking for a target down here, because we just started this new trend. So this is proving itself not right in this on the weekly chart here. It's making a very strong move. So Chipotle, a restaurant. Panera, a restaurant. Tesla, how are you looking, Tesla? Our new A+ list entry. We have a target down here. Pretty good momentum overall. No entry at this time. And last and not least is Visa. And we're seeing momentum kind of like wallowing around the zero line here. So this might be a potential calendar candidate, although I like doing put calendars. That's what I'm going to be looking for when I see a trend line like that. I don't think that a put calendar is going to work out very well, but like Tom Sosnoff says, you have to sell into strength. That's what he does. I don't know how his account performs and exactly what trades he does. He talks a lot about good ones and bad ones, but he likes to sell into strength. It takes a lot of guts to do something like that. All right. I don't think there's anything else to cover here, at least for today. So in the U.S., we have the 4th of July, or Independence Day tomorrow. Markets are closed. We'll be back Friday. Watch out for those employment announcements this morning and the employment announcement on Friday. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.